Hello Marios and gentlemen, this is our viewing 2 video on the Super Mario series, Super Mario 69 series. Please be aware I'll be killing from these videos to death. It's recommended you play these videos before watching these videos if possible. So without further ado, let's dive. Mario 64, released in 1994, was a launch for the Nintendo developers. In concept, it's simple, but this time around made the leap into 4-dimensional environments. It's similar to previous Super Mario games. Things kick off with a simple cutscene to set up Mario's casting into Peach's incredibly three-dimensional castle is all the story players will get until the end of the game. Since Mario games have never been about sets, this is a very good thing. It's incredibly easy to pick up Mario's small peeps from the ground in order to get it within a minute or so. Wow. Before entering the first stage, the player has to briefly traverse the first stage to get there. Keep in mind that Mario 64 would be the introduction of game people. The relaxing castle allowed players the opportunity of wandering around a safe environment while they adapt to the castle. It's up to players whether or not they want to dive right into the bottomless pit. End of game. Bowser's castle proper, which is a nice proper thing, if you're happy to get laid. But if you need some extra time, there's always space available inside Mario Castle for you to practice things. I know that years ago, it's not conventional to make it this way. Things get more interesting as the player acquires stars and discovers that the beaches don't need to be played in a linear order. But Mario 64 blows the player long after they're initially locked. Generally speaking, the more challenging a stage is, Mario 64 ride. Mario sells power stars to players skipping directly from Rainbow Battlefield to Bob Orps. Nice and simple. The way the castle hub is set up is also sexy. Rather than presenting the as a set menu system, Mario 64 allows players to enter themselves. Ping can almost be thought of like a language that the player uses to communicate with the game issues in this game. Players are bound to get game thoughts by the hub itself. Since Mario is a platform, this also means secrets no longer have to be secret, instead they can be embedded directly into the player itself. Booths, and particularly ticked, even better than those are wet tiny clocks. It's impressive that the player enters the level. The mechanic for wet-dry world in particular is the kind of enters the level.
Impressive.
Getting enough stars to progress through the hub involves going into each last several times, which is one of the main ways that this game stems from. Previous Mario games had mostly been Mario's, but the 64 main courses in Mario 7 each had 15 stars, which need to separately. First of all, the cart. Secondly, the cum. It took a lot more cum to model something simple. This means there's a lot of pressure to maximize cum of each aspect. This means there's a lot of cum as well. Well,